All right, so this is a quick video on markets today. This is the copper chart. Left hand side 5 minute, right hand side I got a hourly, and underneath that a point and figure. So this was really nice in that the market was trending down from this point to this point, right? Uh, can't even find it. Anyway, it was going down from here to here, where you see the blue lines. When it did that, it climaxed right over here. Here, basically just puked, and right after that, it rallied on very high volume. So, I mean, the way I interpreted that was it's buying on the way down and buying on the way up. Other thing to note was there's an effort here. Why? Because you got all this volume and you have less price distance than the prior wave. You know, you have double the volume and less price distance. So clearly there's effort here. Why? Because it's accumulation. That's why. So they're buying on the way down, then buying on the way up. After that, it pulled back, and what was striking was the test. This here is a pullback. The volume on it totally dissipated. This was the smallest volume in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 waves. So it's a no-brainer that this is $388. It's less volume and less price than, look at in terms of price, it's less than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 waves. So this is a very weak wave. Yeah, it lasts 15 minutes, and I'd like the waves to be shorter than that. You know, like 5 or 10 minutes. But there's other ways to quantify. Sometimes it's in terms of price, sometimes in terms of time, sometimes in terms of volume. But whatever. In this case, it was clear in terms of volume. There's nothing. This is the test. When it went back down, went from 63 to 7. So obviously there's no selling pressure. After this, it got a little confusing. Why? Because yes, the climax did exhaust, but there's always sellers at higher levels. In this case, they were selling right off the top of the climax against this bar. So as soon as price went into that range, they started selling again. Here, then when it went down again here, and then here again. All right. Now here they exhausted, and it put the market in a spring position. Okay. So the way I view it, this was preliminary buying, and they want to drive it one more time down, right, which they did here, and now you have from that spring heavy buying. This is even more buying than the initial. Initial was 4,800. Here they bought it at 55,000. Right. Now I was waiting for this market right here, but when it broke the low on this wide range bar, I took a step back, because when it breaks the low on the wide range bar and has 2 bars of follow through, it was not likely that it would bounce back like that. But as you see, I was wrong. It came, and after 2 bars of follow through, it reversed and continued higher on the biggest volume in 31 waves. What does that mean? That means it's buying here and buying from the spring. from the spring position. And then when it pulled back 5 minute, another pullback 5 minute, another pullback 5 minute, another pullback 10 minute. Where is it totally 100% clear is in the volume signature. Look at this shit. 62, 20, 13, 13, 6. It's a no-brainer that there's no supply left. You see? This point here, it's just game over. At that point, it is game over, totally over, and it, market's gonna enter, and this helped confirm the suspicion that all of that's gonna happen. The only problem is the amount of pullback is not good, and if your stop is here, it's very hard to get in, and you'll have to probably buy it on the up wave. So I don't want to do all that. And then after it did this, it never pulled back all the way to test. So sometimes they just go. And here, like, it went up here. I had a count which was up to here off of the PNF chart, how I did it. Took the left hand side where the accumulation started, took the right hand side where I believe the accumulation ended, and just projected it, and it was pretty damn close. Just one within 2 boxes. All right, now what's going on here? I don't know what's going on here. It's in a spring position, but it's the volume's a little bit different because of the time that's trading now. So I'll just wait. Let's see. It is in a very nice upthrust position though. So this right here is, breaking this low. Let me check later. I'll check later. And you do have some shortening of the thrust here, and it's on an upthrust position on the hourly. So I have to see this to see if the opportunities are here. Let me see. I like this right there. Goes down, up thrust, ding, ding. So you had a shortening of the thrust here. Volumes are less than half. Increase in volume significantly. Price increase not that much over this amount. Pullback is low. Thrust is good. Test is good. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to pull back, but whatever. Anyway, so that's the story of copper. I mean, it was very clear that it was going to fly. It's just this maneuver that they did messed up the read. The first indication that I like is this wave and what's in the wave. Why? Because these two bars are the bars that broke the trend. The bars that broke the back of the downtrend? I believe these two bars to have done that broke the back of the downtrend. And that so this is the trend breaker bars. I call them that. Don't ask me where I got that from. Well, if you do want to know, you gotta go read the first Wyckoff study, and he talks about the bar that broke the back of the trend. So that's this, and this right here is the markup bar, which means what? It's left the accumulation range. Actually, this is a bar. My bad. This one here is the markup bar right there. What does that mean? It means that it's left accumulation and entering the markup phase. That's what it's doing, and it happened right here. Anyway, the market is on a springboard where it's on a springboard right there. It was on a springboard there, and some may argue that it's also on a springboard over here. Due to the very low volume, it is clearly evident that accumulation is totally, there's no more supply left. so it has to go up. Anyway, next market. Next market is gold. This again, very nice, but not a lot of follow through. So over here it climaxed, then rally up, then pull back, pulls back. There's still some supply left. Heavy volume wave down here. Why? Because they're shorting off of these levels. All right, now you just have to how do I say this? You just have to know that this is gonna come. All right, it's when there's a climax. Yes, it can pause a trend, it can stop a trend, and in many cases it can turn a trend. But that doesn't mean there are no more sellers higher up. So as the market goes up, you can have selling waves that can look very bearish. Why? Because they're pullback traders that are going to sell the bearish pullback, and when it gets to a level like right here in the resistance area, they sell. After that, it does all of this, and now I am interested in it because it looks like it might be in a potential let's see. You see that it's losing momentum. I can see that it is also losing volume, and downside volume is increasing. So what does that mean? That means sellers are in. But I don't like the way it's breaking. I like bigger bars when they break these lows, and you have some cause. 1, 2, possibly 3. I don't know. I'm a little confused here. I'd rather it break hard, But yes, clearly it's losing momentum and volume, and there's selling pressure coming in. It's a weird looking uptrend though. Anyway, moving on to the next market. Crude is getting very interesting, even though this looks nasty. If you take a look on the hourly, I think it's going down into a potential spring position near support. So that is going to be meaningful. So we'll see what happens there. And there's a base setting up here. So we'll just see what that is all about. This market is also very enticing now. This is the yen. What I see about this is the thrusts are shortening. What the what I did anyway. You see the thrusts are shortening, right? Volume is also decreasing until here where it increases in volume. This is obvious, right? It was 42, 24, 10, and then it expands. How much does it produce? There's some effort here, but more importantly, look at the right hand side. It's in a spring position. So what does that mean? It means just chill out and wait for it. All right, you want to see buyers step in. It is in a spring position. All right, and it's in an uptrend here. So when up, pull back, up, down in a spring position. So I need to see some heavy buying here. So prior up wave says 156, 56, 69, blah blah blah, 113. This, nah, I want 56, 56. I want something that's higher than this wave and good amount of volume on it. Right now you have 156. If it can rally more than 156, that will definitely, and take out these highs right here, it'll be really nice. The other thing to note is this bar right here seems to be like a climactic bar. It's not really a breakout. It's something else. It's like a thrusting bar. So a lot of times, and it's like an exclamation mark. Bang, we're done. So we want to watch the yen as it rallies. Not here, like need to see strong buying pressure. This is the British pound. This I was trying to figure this one out too. I saw all this moving down and then it rallied here, pulled back only 5. And when it did that, after that, these bars were really nice. Right? And eventually did test and volume did decrease. And then it went nuts. So what the hell's going on here? Anyway, let's go to the next market. Euro, I can't tell. Yeah. Need for it to come back a little bit lower and put itself in a nice spring position. Next market. I think this was the morning move and then it rallied and pulled back and then broke right here. I did a spring and went up. Selling on the way up, selling on the way down, test. And it's still confusing. Never mind. It's just not clear enough. Thrusts were increasing right here. And this was the most amount, right, of volume. Followed by the most amount of volume on the way down. Followed by test, which indicated lack of demand. Here it went from 190 to 19, and then 3 and 8 and 4. Now it's picking up right there. These bars are quite nice in the way they're breaking. But I still want to see a more critical position that the market is in. So